Over 30,000 years ago, humans domesticated the gray wolf, the common ancestor of the dog. So how do we get from this to this? Over time, the big bad wolf from our children's books grew into man's best friend, coming in just about every shape, size, color, and temperament imaginable. Dogs have changed, they've evolved, and we want to know why. The answer lies within DNA analysis. By confirming or refuting suspicions of underlying breeds, canine genetics explains why some dogs chase squirrels and others are happy to observe. And why some dogs come when they're called and others, well, join Bianca and Laura as we discover what lies beneath the puppy eyes, head tilts, and wagging tails. It's a tale worth barking about. It's Doggy DNA. Belinda, who overcomes her childhood fears thanks to Ivy's gentle spirit.
I call her my constant source of comfort.
And uncover the inspiring tale of Nellie.
Fun, she can be really intense and focused, but she can also be really relaxed and just easy to be around.
Dive into the animated and fun tale of Cooper.
Always wanting to play, so I thought, well, I always want to play. You know, we can play together. My name is Kevin Jollymore. I brought with me today my best friend and dog, Cooper.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello, great to be here.
Yeah, it's really nice to meet you, and it's great to have Cooper with us.
Cooper came into our life as we adopted him. And he was, I think, around 10 when we got him. So he was an adult.
So you say he fell into your lap.
Yeah.
Is he much of a lap dog?
Well, it depends on where the treats are.
Okay.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
he'll,
Yes.
he'd probably get into an electric chair if there was a treat
Okay.
there, you know. Like. Well, the first time I met Cooper, there was not a love connection. He was coming at me with this stuffed toy, and he was growling. But I just realized he wanted to be loved, and he came at me always wanting to play. So I thought, well, I always want to play. You know, we can play together. He dresses in a lot of crazy outfits too. He dresses like an elf, and he dresses like he does impressions, which always make me laugh. And again, lots of video and photos.
So you mentioned a little bit about why you want to get the DNA profile done
Right.
on Cooper. Well, let's talk some more about that.
Yeah, I wanted to know some of his reasons for some of his behavior.
Yeah, what do you know about Cooper?
Well, we believe he's a Shih Tzu Boston Terrier cross.
Okay.
He's very diligent in finding stuff when I take him for a walk, and it's always a laugh because he'll come home with a couple leaves in his beard and then a new toy. Found it, you know, a boot, whatever.
The next thing we're going to do is have you talk with Bianca, our expert.
Did you hear that, Coop? The results are in.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
How are you?
Well,
Good. Are you excited?
very excited.
Wouldn't that be exciting if he was 75% truffle pig?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready for him, you know. It would explain so much.
Yeah, he is not a truffle pig.
Okay.
But he is 44% Boston Terrier
Right.
and 56% Shih Tzu.
So that we were right.
In Cooper's veins flows the legacy of the Shih Tzu, a petite dog with a commanding presence, bred for companionship in sacred Tibetan temples, and later, opulent Chinese courts. This knack for connection endures in Cooper's love for his people and family, while the breed's likability is proven in his spirited demeanor and flamboyant joie de vivre. Amidst fearless adventures or quiet moments of affection, Cooper's heart remains true to his origins, gentle and kind, bridging the centuries with wagging tails and gentle nuzzles.
You were right.
Yeah, that totals 100.
Why were you going that way anyways? Because Boston Terrier, he doesn't physically look like that.
Well, there was some evidence from his former owner.
Got it.
I really wanted to know for sure.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
He's still going to be Cooper, but it gives me some explanation on some of his behavior.
Yeah,
Some of
absolutely.
his craziness and things like that. He's
Yes.
a well-behaved dog, but he can get pretty crazy.
He's spirited.
Yeah, very spirited. Yeah, for an old guy too. I know.
Yeah.
It's
You
still
wouldn't
got
know.
it. No.
So the two breeds in Cooper is the Shih Tzu breed, which are typical bred for companionship, originated from Tibet, which is a fun fact about the Shih Tzu. They're bred for companion animals, so that's where he desires the affection of his people. Great lap dog, good snuggler, lovable, amicable. But the Boston Terrier falls into what's called the non-sporting group. So those guys tend to be quite active, and they can be really great working dogs.
It's funny you say about a companion, because he actually has a role as a companion dog at a hospital
Amazing.
where I take him in a few times a month to a floor where there's a lot of folks, and he loves it.
Yeah.
They love him. They're strangers to start, but like in 5 minutes,
Best friends.
They're best friends.
Yeah.
One thing that I do want to mention with these smaller breed dogs is oftentimes you can see some behaviors that can be a little bit tricky. He had mentioned that Cooper does do some resource guarding. I explained to him, although that seems like it's all fun and games and really cute, it can really lead into a negative situation. The key with getting something, because there's going to be moments that perhaps he grabs something that could potentially be harmful to him, and it's going to be important for you to be able to take it safely and him not be upset about it, and then you feel safe taking it, right? You need to trade. So you're going to have to offer him something of higher value to get that out and away from him.
Like I'd give him a 20 for a $2 toy.
We could try that. Yeah. Instead, perhaps peanut butter.
Okay.
It's more his language.
Okay.
Right? Kevin and Cooper were a lot of fun. Personality plus in the pair of them. It was really fun. And Kevin had already predicted the breeds, so that's always fun when that happens, even though I couldn't have.
Yeah, she's very knowledgeable and give me a lot of insight on Cooper and stuff that I'm going to be getting him to do. And we're going to play with some of the concepts that we picked up here today. Especially the stuff where I know how to get something from him by trading up. I'm proud of his behavior to an extent. I mean, he was barking a little bit, but, that's all good. He's a dog, right? Yeah.
From skeptic to supporter, Belinda and Ivy are therapy stars. Join us on Doggy DNA to learn Ivy's surprising parentage.
My name is Belinda Riles, and I brought my dog Ivy.
Great to meet you. And tell me who this beautiful girl is.
This is Ivy. Ivy is our 5-year-old, almost 5 years old, German Shepherd. She is actually belongs to my daughter, so she would actually be, technically be my grand dog, I guess you would call it. Her husband now, he actually loved German Shepherds, so took a little bit of convincing for her, and this is who they chose. Ivy came into my life about almost 5 years ago and joined our family, and we are a very close family that all the dogs become everybody's dogs in our family.
So I have definitely noticed that you have a very special connection with your grand dog. So is there a moment that when you first met her that you really felt that this is my girl?
Absolutely. A lot of my daughter would say as well that she's grandma's dog, even though she is very, very attached to them. I have to say, but it is different. I do a lot of the training with the dogs.
Okay.
I've always had dogs my whole life.
So what are some of the things that you have come over the last 5 years to really love about Ivy the most?
Ivy has been I call her my constant source of comfort. When I'm not having a good day, she makes it a good day. She knows what we want, when we want it, when we need it. She even, I sometimes say, knows what we need before we know what we need. She's kind to kids. Yeah. She's kind to everybody.
Yeah, and you told me that she does some therapy work
Yes, yeah, we were certified last year as a St. John Ambulance Therapy dog team, her and I. So that's been a lot of fun this past year, and it's actually been really good for her at this age.
You're here today to have a DNA profile done on Ivy. So tell me why you wanted to have that done.
Well, we are assuming that she did come from a breeder, so we are assuming that she is a German Shepherd. But, you know, she does have some characteristics being her size. That is curious for us, and also to maybe get some insight on the personality, and is there some variations in her DNA that would be more typical of a dog that has the temperament that she has.
The results are in.
Okay.
And we will find out.
That's wonderful. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
How are you, Belinda?
I'm well, thanks.
You excited?
I am, very
Yeah.
much so.
Good. So we have the results for Ivy. And the results say that she is 100% German Shepherd. Indeed, a purebred.
Well, that is very nice to hear.
Confirmed.
Yes, confirmed. It's always nice.
After World War II, German Shepherds captured the hearts of North America, brought home by soldiers who admired their intelligence and loyalty. This sparked a surge in the breed's popularity and enabled them to transition from military posts to fixtures in family homes. Equipped with a gentle demeanor and an intuitive understanding of the human spirit, Ivy walks a beautiful line between service dog and beloved pet. She exemplifies the German Shepherd's evolution from a storied breed known for resilience to one celebrated for its personal connections.
I was surprised, but not surprised. So it was actually a little relieved, considering that she did come from a very well-known breeder. So, you know, it wasn't shocking to hear that it was a little bit of relief, but also that perhaps she is just that unicorn of a dog that has the personality came from within. You know, it does speak to a lot of her characteristics.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, that's
Certainly
clear as
does.
day, isn't it?
Yeah.
German Shepherds were originally made for herding sheep in Germany, hence German Shepherd. And nowadays they really serve as like an all-purpose dog. Devoted and loyal and intelligent are really key words for the German Shepherd. And they make fantastic family pets because even though they can have a reputation for being this kind of rough and tough kind of dog, but when they're properly raised in the proper home, they are just amazing family dogs who are just phenomenal with children. With these kind of dogs that are either originally made for herding or the highly intelligent working breed dog, those guys really need a lot of stimulation. It's very important for these dogs to know that they need that physical exercise and that mental exercise on a daily basis. A bored German Shepherd can lead to a mischievous German Shepherd. Again, I feel like I was telling you all this and you're like, And what kind of work have you guys done with Ivy in regards to training, and how does that go with you guys? Usually, is it pretty easy to get her to do new things?
Yeah,
or?
so she did the whole series of obedience, so like right from novice right through till advanced. She does have her Canine Good Neighbor certification, so yes, she has been very easily trained. She's done some scent work. She just actually recently has started doing some what's called barn hunt. It's becoming quite popular here in this area, where they're hunting rats. And the barn hunt is very mentally stimulating.
Well, again, I don't think I can offer you anything that you're not already ahead of the game of. You know, I tell owners obedience and training and agility and start young and keep going with other things as they get older, and you're just check, 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 check. Some things to keep in mind with Ivy, although you guys are already doing fantastic, is, you know, if ever you guys are at home and you're looking, you know, it's a rainy day and she's looking for some of that stimulation, you can always get creative in the household. And I know of a lot of people that take treats and hide them around the house, you know, underneath the couch or whatever. And then sometimes you can even get her to stay, and then on cue say, find it. And then they know that they start their work and then they can just go around the house. Those are always really fun things to do. Ivy, amazingly enough, was certified nationally as well as provincially as a therapy dog. Ivy is an all-around, well-rounded, brilliant dog, and it just goes to show that when you put the work in, it really does pay off. And Ivy is a really good advocate for the breed because German Shepherds also tend to be one of those underdogs where they can have a bad reputation. You know, unfortunately, not every owner is going to put in the time to properly train their dog. Ivy is a great example of how wonderful German Shepherds are in their heart and soul. They are just magical.
It's always nice to hear and have that kind of validation that the things that we're seeing are very typical of the breed, that the work that we're doing is the types of things that are going to, you know, enhance her personality, support her needs, support her growth, not just from an activity perspective, but also from a mental perspective. You know, hearing a lot around the importance of not just physical stimulation, but that mental stimulation was really interesting to hear, and we were very happy. I was very happy to find out that we're doing the right things to get the right results.
Talking with Belinda today was perhaps a little challenging because I couldn't really offer her anything more than what she was already doing because she is just doing everything so beautifully. The only thing I could do was just praise her and just keep telling her to keep doing what she's doing.
Nellie, small size, big drama. Haley and Scott love her more for it. Unravel her breed mystery on Doggy DNA.
My name is Hallie Skiffington.
And I'm Scott Puffer, and today we brought in our dog Nellie.
So Hallie, tell me the story of how Nellie came into your lives.
Scott and I got Nellie out in British Columbia. We were just looking at the SPCA. I was actually working one day and Scott went by himself to have a look.
I just kind of knew right away that Hallie was going to fall in love with this dog, so I sent her a picture and a message right away saying, you have to come check out this dog. I think we're going to be taking her home.
They said they just found her running in a ditch, just sort of on the outskirts of town. And that's really all they knew. They didn't have much other information.
Okay.
So I was very surprised at first. We thought we would have a bigger dog.
Okay.
We weren't really we were sort of open to anything, but with our lifestyle, we sort of thought we would have a bigger dog.
Right.
So when I first met her, I was like, are you sure this is the same dog that I saw the photos of?
Yeah. So Hallie, how was it bringing her home for the first time? Was there a moment that you knew that she was your dog?
We knew at the SPCA, but when we brought her home, just the excitement of her running around the house and back to us and running around and then back to us again, it just felt like she was meant to be there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite things about Nellie is just her personality is so fun. She can be really intense and focused, but she can also be really relaxed and just easy to be around.
Nellie is our best friend. We talk about her every day.
Yeah.
She just brings so much joy. She's just like, as soon as you come home, she's so happy to see you. She runs right up to you to greet you, and she's so happy all the time.
Yeah.
So I was really curious about the DNA analysis because Nellie's background was kind of a complete and total mystery. I remember her little profile for adoption that was put up. Their best guess was a Chihuahua German Shepherd crossbreed, and I thought there's no way that that's right, and there's got to be more to it. So I was, I've always been curious about what her makeup is and where she came from.
So we're going to start with the lower percentage.
Okay.
All right.
Coming in at 12%, we have a Siberian Husky.
Oh.
Okay. Second, coming at 16%, we have a Pekingese.
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 I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
What is a Pekingese?
I'll show you.
Okay.
In third place, coming in at 34%,
34%.
is an Akita.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Yes, get the curly
That's where she
tail
gets her looks, I think.
Yeah.
And then fourth, coming in at 38%, which is the wildest, she is 38% Great Pyrenees. Isn't that funny?
What?
Yeah.
Through a vivid display of strength and character, Nellie channels her proud 10,000-year-old heritage of the Great Pyrenees, named for the European mountain range. The Great Pyrenees exudes a commanding presence with their size and strong sense of duty. Born protectors, they excel as guardians of both livestock and family. While Nellie may not have inherited her ancestors' stature, as a caretaker and watchdog, she carries the breed's fierce allegiance, making her one of the world's smallest, gentle giants.
When I heard the DNA results, there was definitely like some surprises in there, but then, looking at the breeds a little bit, personality-wise, it definitely makes sense for Nellie. She can be a little bit protective. I was definitely surprised that the majority of her DNA was from dogs much larger than she is, so there was that was fun to see. When I was growing up, I had Nikita. His name was Duke, and he was just about the sweetest dog you could imagine. So it's just funny that there's that coincidence of having more Akita in my life.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gets her looks from the Akita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I love that.
One thing that's really important to note with Nellie's profile is 3 out of 4 of these dogs are all very hardworking dogs that are in like a working category of dogs. All of these dogs, the only one that doesn't fall into the working dog category would be the Pekingese, which is a toy breed. So just the little snuggle bum that serves as being a companion animal. The Great Pyrenees actually is an amazing watchdog, and the Great Pyrenees was actually bred to watch over the flock on farms. So you guys are going to see that kind of protectiveness that she may have with either you guys or her household. Another interesting thing that we have in her lineage is a Siberian Husky. And so not only are they just typically an all-around great working dog, they were bred for their strength. And I know that it can be a little bit confusing when we have this kind of mishmash of breeds, and you can't always correlate what breeds they have in their DNA with what they're supposed to look like. She's a great example of how she's not going to be the poster child of any of those breeds. I kind of make a joke that you take all 4 of those breeds, put it in a container, shake it up, and then you have Nellie. And she's just perfectly Nellie, Have you guys noticed like some traits that you might be able to correlate with some of these breeds?
Yeah, I think the Siberian Husky, they're typically like louder, high-pitched, dramatic. Nellie's definitely like that.
They're quite animated, and yeah, so that could very well be where she gets that from, for sure. So any other behaviors that you guys have noticed that you're wondering if that can correlate?
I would say like nesting, definitely loves to nest. Even if we're outside camping, she'll nest in like the leaves. If we're inside, she'll nest in all of the beds, unmake them, twirl the blankets all around, get very warm and cozy.
A lot of dogs can exhibit that kind of behavior of getting cozy. You'll see that a lot. But I wonder if that perhaps comes from the Pekingese, not only being a diva, perhaps also because they're made to be companion animals. They're made to be little tiny lap, snuggle buns, and perhaps she gains it from there.
Yeah, it was really great meeting Bianca and getting to draw from her knowledge about the different dog breeds. Knowing that she's kind of like a working dog and how to get the most of that was pretty cool. It was neat to see how quickly Nellie picked up on a new trick like running through the tunnel or the spin.
No, this has just been great. It's great to learn more about our dog. We love her so much. She's our best friend and our daughter, and we really love her. So it's great to find out more about her and how we can help her.
Hallie and Scott are amazing pet owners. I think everybody should take a page out of their book. Not only are they ahead of the game, but they're eager to do more.